Have you ever felt like people just don't care about you because you have nothing interesting? Have you ever felt like maybe you should learn something or you should dress in a certain way to be more interesting because you just feel like people don't see you, people don't care about you? Have you ever felt like people just don't want to ask you things, or people just don't care about asking you things because they don't care about your answers, they don't care about your personality, they don't care about you because you're just boring? Then, if you ever felt like that, this video might be for you, because I felt like that. I always felt like I was really boring, like I was different from everyone. So I did learn some things in my life and I'm here to share them. So first of all, I want to say that reality is just based on subjective perception. There's not a right way to be. There's not a normal way to be. But in life, there are many standards and people want to fit into those standards. So you might be boring here, but you go to another country and you might be super interesting because you have a different culture. You have maybe different looks, so you become more interesting. What's boring and what's interesting, it's very subjective. Okay? We think that people perceive us as we perceive ourselves. So if you think that you are boring, then you think that other people might think that you are boring because that's what you believe. Maybe someone might think that you're so interesting, yet you don't believe that. So of course, you're not going to attract people that are interested in you. I personally felt like I was boring because when I was younger, I wasn't like everyone else. I wasn't someone that liked to drink or smoke or go to the club. And trust me, everybody did that. When I was in high school, everybody went to the club, liked to smoke, and liked to drink alcohol. I liked none of those things. I tried the club and I came home and I was like, I'm never gonna do that ever again. That was traumatizing. And I always felt like I was different, like people didn't understand me. The reason why I found hard to have friends was because I was boring, because I wasn't fun enough. I've been told that I was a bit boring. I was told that. But people don't really care about you as long as you don't really benefit them. That's more like immature people. And when you're younger, everybody's pretty immature. And I remember one time I went to the United States for the first time and I stayed with these people. And one of these people once told me that they were interested in getting to know me. And I was like, you're lying. Like, why would you say that? Like, I know that nobody's interested in me. I just don't want to waste other people's time. And she told me like, no, we are interested in getting to know you. And I was like, that's so weird. Like, I honestly felt like she was making fun of me. And then I started understanding like, maybe I'm not that boring. Maybe I am interesting. When people asked me questions, I had to rush the answer because I was like, the more I talk, the more bored they would get. So short answer, better. Because, they're not going to sit there and just like, yeah. And then think, why did I even ask her a question? I'm never going to do that again. That's what was going on in my mind. And now I think that I'm the most interesting person alive. I have a uniqueness that nobody has. I believe in my uniqueness. I believe that I'm special in my own way. And this doesn't make me more important than others, but this also makes me better because not everyone believes this about themselves. And I want that everyone, like, I'm making these videos because I want you to believe that you are better than what you think. Okay, you're interesting. Like, my dog is screaming. I guess it's all of my screaming that it's making her dream. But there's always something interesting about you. And the fact that you believe that you're boring is just about your perception. You're not boring. There's something interesting about you. There has to be something interesting. Okay, let me give you an example. There's this famous historian that I don't like. Yes, he's smart. He's like a genius. He remembers everything. Good for him. But I would never sit there and listen to him. I don't like history. I don't want to listen to history stuff. Yet my dad sits there and listens to this man talk about things that happened hundreds of years ago. And I'm just sitting there and all I can think about is anything else that is not that, because I couldn't care less. Yet to my dad, that is very interesting. To me, it's very boring. That's just perspective, okay? My dad could talk about history for hours. I could talk about spirituality. I could talk about spirituality, about the universe for hours. He doesn't care about this. He thinks that it's boring. That's his perception. To me, it's very interesting. To him, it's not. You're not boring. You think that you're boring. Maybe you didn't find the right people because you think that you're boring. Of course, you're going to attract people that actually think that you're boring. Believe that you're interesting and you attract people that are interested in you. You will attract people that will genuinely ask you a question and want to know the answer, and they will listen to you and they will remember what you say, and then they will ask follow-up questions because they want to know more about you because you believe that you're interesting. Therefore, you are interesting. The beauty of the world is that we all are different. If you think that no one will find you interesting, I don't know where you're living, honestly. It's impossible that no one will find you interesting. You are special, okay? You are unique. Embrace your uniqueness. Let me tell you a little bit about how I did it and my advice on how you can believe and how you can become more interesting. You need to learn about yourself. Get to know yourself. Who are you? Ask yourself questions. Literally pretend like you are your best friend. I'm gonna repeat this many times, okay? Because to me it was a revelation. I thought that I knew myself, but then I didn't. If you met someone that you found interesting, you would ask them questions. You would show interest in them by maybe listening to them, asking follow-up questions. So why wouldn't you do the same thing to yourself? So start by doing that. Then you should always believe that your uniqueness is amazing. It doesn't matter how you look. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Again, we live in a subjective world. There's no objectivity here. They want us to believe that there is a standard, there is a normal way to be. That's not true. That is so far from reality that it is kind of concerning about the fact that they are trying to kill our individuality by forcing us to fit into the standards. You are unique. Trust your uniqueness. As long as you're not going around hurting a people or animal or ruining the planet, what's the problem? Be yourself. Be unique. Learn about yourself. I always like to be different from other people, but then I noticed that all I was doing was trying to fit into those standards that did not belong to me. So then I found out about spirituality and I started learning about tarot and about numerology and about, all of these beautiful things that are the universe and all of that, And I found peace. I'm unique. There's no one that lives near me that I know of that is like me. No one from my past does these things. I think that, being a teacher is boring. Like going to school every day, seeing kids and teaching the same things over and over again, it's extremely boring. Yet there's people that dream to be a teacher. And maybe those people think that me, a tarot reader, that is such a boring job. Recording videos and posting and helping people with advices that come from my own experience might be boring because maybe someone doesn't like to talk. So it's all a perception, guys. Another thing that you should do is cultivate your passions, cultivate your hobbies, cultivate whatever makes you happy. The way to be interesting is just to like your life, like the way you are. If you think that you are ugly, okay, fix that. You don't like your hair, change your hair. You don't like your style, change your style. You don't like the way that your body looks like, do something about it. Work out. As long as you're doing something that it's healthy, that can help you be more confident, do it. You have a hobby, cultivate it. Learn about it as much as you can because that is interesting. If you want to be interesting, you need to have a little bit of mysterious aura. Okay? If you are transparent with everyone, they get to know you immediately. Whatever is most important about you, they know about it, and then there's nothing new. It's just that's it. Then you become boring. And because there's nothing else to learn about you. You need to always stay a little mysterious. Let people get to know you little by little. I know it's very easy, especially with people that are very lonely. There is this tendency of when people ask you something, you say everything because you're like, this is my window and I need to take a chance and say everything that is interesting about me so that that person will stay and will keep asking things. You're doing actually the opposite. You should answer the right amount, okay? Don't say everything. Don't spoil everything, okay? When you watch a movie, okay, you don't want to watch the end first to see everything and then start from the beginning. You're spoiling everything and then it's not gonna be special anymore. You are the most beautiful movie. You want to be seen little by little, okay? So that people can start to, appreciate it more and more and love it. If a movie is 10 minutes long, you don't have enough time to appreciate it. But if it's 3 hours long and it's a good movie, and you are a good movie, you have the time to put in your brain that, oh, this movie is interesting. I want to know more. And then you finish the movie and maybe you want a second one and then a third one. Remember, you're not boring. Stop believing that you're boring because you're not. I was there. I don't feel like I'm boring anymore. I honestly feel like I am extremely interesting. And I just think that the problem is that you need to find the people that will listen to you, because some people really genuinely don't care. I wouldn't listen to someone talking about physics. I don't care about physics. I don't want to learn about physics because it's simply not interesting to me. But if someone would come to me and be like, oh, do you know that Mercury is in retrograde and Aquarius and, all of the zodiac signs are like this, and that. And I'm like, yes, keep talking. Like, tell me more, because that's something that I care about. So find people that are on the same level as you, that have the same interests, same hobbies. And to do that, you need to believe that you are interesting, so that you will attract people that are interesting as well, okay? So leave a comment, tell me something about you, tell me like a fun fact about you, because I know for sure there's something extremely interesting about you and I want to get to know my people, okay guys? So have a beautiful rest of the day. See you next time. Bye.